I am speaking now, tenderly and without delay, because the ache in your heart has reached me and the cry that rises from your spirit has stirred my throne. You have felt the brush of unseen wings in the quiet of the night, and you have wondered if it was imagination, but it was love, love that lives beyond the veil, love that will not stop seeking your good just because flesh and breath have yielded to eternity. Listen closely and do not resist the peace that moves toward you even now, because I, the Lord who sees in secret and rewards openly, am opening a door of remembrance and restoration. There is a message coming to you from one whose hands once braided your days with care, whose voice once called your name with a softness that only heaven remembers perfectly. They stand in my light, unafraid, whole, and radiant, and they have asked me for permission to place in your hands a key you did not know you were carrying. Hear me, what was hidden will not remain hidden, what was delayed will not remain delayed, and what was held back through confusion, fear, and human error will now begin to move toward you like a river released from a dam. You have felt it in fragments, little nudges, familiar scents in empty rooms, a song that suddenly appears on a radio at the exact moment your heart was about to fold. These were not accidents, they were gentle taps from eternity, so that you would not give up while I was arranging the strands. The one who loves you from heaven has seen you count the bills, stretch the days, and do without so someone else could have enough. They have seen you stay quiet to keep the peace, even when the peace cost your dignity. Their eyes, clear and bright, have wept in the light of my presence for the moments you thought you were unseen and abandoned. But know this, I never left you, and they have never stopped cheering you on. The silence you interpret as absence is the womb of your next season. The waiting has been a shield, not a prison. I have been separating the true from the false, the clean from the unclean, the safe from the snare, so that when I place what belongs to you into your hands, no one will be able to snatch it again. There has been money, provision, tied up in knots of misunderstanding and kept in corners where fear and pride like to stack boxes. It has been guarded by patterns, old agreements, and names written on lines that cut you out without cause. Do not hate those who did this. Many acted from their own pain, not from malice, and even those who played games with your trust are not beyond my reach. But hear me well, the story does not end like this. The whisper you have felt, the intuition that something was there, but not yet seen, was not fantasy. It was your spirit catching the echo of a promise I made over your family long before you learned to speak. Destiny has a sound, and you have been hearing it in dreams and in the sudden clarity that arrives when you are washing dishes or looking out of a window. The one you love, who walks with me in gardens where sorrow cannot enter, keeps pointing at a simple image, a folded paper, a small thing tucked where busyness would never think to look, something humble that opens something vast. Do not search with panic, look with peace. I am guiding your footsteps in such a way that when you need to be in the right place, you will be there, and when you need to remember the right detail, it will surface like a name on your tongue at the perfect moment. I am not a God of confusion or torment. I am a Father who delights to give good gifts. You have asked me, am I allowed to hope big, or is that foolish? Hope is not foolish when I author it. You have asked, what if I am disappointed again? Know this, disappointment is a shadow cast by a setting sun, the dawn is already undoing it. I am not asking you to force yourself into optimism, I am inviting you to rest in the weight of my faithfulness. I have carried you when you were too tired to move your own feet. I have lifted your head when shame tried to press it down. I have covered you when the wind blew cold through the cracks of plans you thought would shelter you. Now I am walking you into rooms where the light is honest and nothing pretends. I am placing people on your path who can see clearly and speak truthfully. I am opening records that were called closed, bringing forth alignment where there was vagueness, and breathing order into the corners where neglect tried to grow roots. Do you remember the way their hands would smooth the tablecloth before a meal, or the way they would tuck something important into a safe place and then smile, saying, just in case? Heaven is full of those small gestures, kept like jewels because love makes even the ordinary holy. The one who loves you has been allowed to bring that tenderness into your present as a map. They have been permitted to tell you what your heart already suspected. There is provision you have not yet touched, set aside through effort, through work, through wise decisions long ago, but tangled by time and human entanglements. I will shine on a date, a name, and a location at precisely the moment you can handle it. I will not overwhelm you, I will equip you. I will not excite you for a day and abandon you in the aftermath. I will walk you through the doorway and teach you how to stand in your new room. You will not be haunted by, what if, you will be held by, look what the Lord has done. Your tears have watered a field you could not see. Your kindness has been seed, your restraint has been seed, your choice to stay soft in a hard season has been seed, and I am no debtor to those who sow with integrity. The harvest arrives in stages so that you are not crushed by the weight of sudden change. First, peace. Let it settle on you now, even as you breathe. Next, clarity. You will begin to see, in gentle flashes, what to release and what to hold, where to walk and where to rest. After clarity, confirmation. A conversation will align with a memory, a document will surface in an ordinary day that feels like any other, and yet it will carry the hush of holy timing. Then movement. Doors that looked sealed will open with surprising ease, because I will move hearts like water in the hand. And finally, fulfillment. Not a noisy explosion, but a steady river that refuses to be diverted, washing up everything promised, piece by piece, until you look around and realize you are living inside the prayer you thought was too big to ask. Do not be anxious about those who tried to paint you small. I am adjusting the portraits. Those who only saw you through the lens of their own limitations will be gently surprised by your unfolding. Those who sneered will have no room left for mockery because your gratitude will be too loud and your kindness too disarming. You will not repay injury with injury. I am healing the resentment you dared not admit, the knot that tightened in your chest whenever you remembered how you were treated. I am softening it now, even as you read. Forgiveness does not mean you pretend nothing happened. It means you place the scales into my hands and let me judge rightly. I do not miss anything. I hold everyone to account with a wisdom that can see every thread, and I can redeem without excusing, restore without erasing, and elevate you without diminishing anyone else's humanity. The one who watches you from my light says your name with joy. They remember the laughter you forgot, the moments of simple happiness that grief tried to steal. They do not want you to live on crumbs of old memories, they want you to taste the bread of today. They have asked me for this, that the provision set aside would become provision enjoyed, that the security intended for you would become security felt, that the honor meant for your head would become a crown you actually wear. They whisper about a box you looked at and then overlooked, about a drawer that sticks, about a name written in a margin, about a key that was placed in a place humble and near. But more than locations, they speak of courage, courage to believe that you are not disqualified by the years you think you lost. Nothing is lost in me. I keep what you drop when you are too weary, and I return it when your hands are ready again. You have been loyal in small things. You have loved when no one was counting, you have told the truth when it would have been easier to perform, you have covered others when exposing them would have been a quick path to sympathy. I saw every moment. I am now weaving the public outcome from your private integrity. Expect gentleness first, ease where there was strain, laughter in places that had gone quiet, a sense of being accompanied when you walk into rooms that used to intimidate you. Expect alignment next. Conversations that once turned in circles will start moving toward resolution, and you will be surprised by how relieved your own body feels when cycles end. Expect favor that feels strangely natural, the right person at the right time, not a spotlight that burns but a window that opens, and the air that comes through will smell like rain after a dry season. As for the fear that someone will come to take what is yours, lay it down. I am your defender. I stand between you and every predatory plan. I confuse the schemes that rise in the dark and cause them to fall apart in the hands that formed them. You will not need to scream to be heard. You will speak with the calm authority of one who knows they are loved, and rooms will quiet because peace commands more respect than panic. I am teaching you the rhythm of steady steps. You do not need to run after what is already walking toward you. Listen for the small instructions that come with peace on them. Peace is the seal. Where there is peace, walk. Where there is only pressure and urgency that smells like fear, wait. I will not let you miss your moment. Your sleep will deepen. I am untangling the night. The dreams that felt like static will begin to speak in colors you understand. The faces that used to disturb you will be replaced by scenes that strengthen you. I will bring to your mind the details you need when you wake, not as riddles that mock you, but as breadcrumbs that lead you into simple obedience. Do not be surprised when a memory from years ago, from a conversation you thought forgettable, resurfaces with sudden purpose. I am a master of timing. I do not waste anything. Even the seasons that felt like winter in a locked room will become compost for your joy. You will see it. You will taste it. You will say, "Surely goodness and mercy have been following me, even when I was too tired to turn and notice." There is a tenderness I am restoring in you toward your own life. You have carried yourself like a guest in your own story, apologizing for taking up space. That ends now. I welcome you home to yourself. Not to arrogance, not to hardness, but to a settled belonging that allows you to stand where I have placed you and breathe without guilt. In that posture, you will recognize what is yours, and you will be able to receive it without flinching. I will teach your hands how to hold increase without fear of loss. I will teach your heart how to enjoy today without being haunted by tomorrow. The one who loves you from heaven smiles when you smile. They do not want you to shrink around your blessings as if joy were a crime. They want you to live openly, to break bread without counting every slice twice, to give without panic because you finally know you are not in danger. In the days ahead, do not measure progress by headlines or by the noise others make. Measure by the quiet confirmations I place in your path, the conversation that resolves an old tension, the unexpected relief of a bill paid with ease, the sense that your name is being spoken with kindness in rooms you cannot see. Pay attention to the small victories. They are the seeds of the larger ones. When you feel unsteady, place your hand over your heart and say what is true. I am provided for, I am seen, I am guided, I am not late. Truth will steady you faster than any argument. I will surround you with people who speak life, who do not drain you with endless demands, who know how to celebrate without needing a stage. Community will become a net under your feet, not a weight on your back. Forgive yourself for the years you think you wasted. Nothing is wasted with me. The detours kept you from ditches. The pauses saved you from partnerships that would have stolen your sleep. The slowness trained your senses to recognize me in subtlety, so that you would not be dazzled by counterfeits. You are not late, you are right on time for the door I am opening. Walk through it with a humble boldness. Humble, because you know who opened it. Bold, because you refuse to apologize for my goodness. The provision connected to your family line will not pass you by. What was meant to strengthen your house will strengthen it. What was designed to bless your hands will bless them. What was hidden through sorrow will be revealed through joy. And you will carry this blessing with clean hands, using it to open doors for others, because you know what it feels like to wait in the hallway. Now breathe. Feel the nearness that is not imagination. Feel the mercy that is not theory. Feel the love that is not performance. I have you. I have always had you. The one who loves you from heaven has not lost you. They placed you in my arms daily, and I have never put you down. Walk softly into the next hours with expectation not made of adrenaline but made of trust. The key will turn at the right time. The paper will open at the right page. The voice that matters will say the right word. I am the Lord your God, and I do not stutter when I bless. What is yours, aligned with my goodness, is approaching. Not to crush you, but to settle you. Not to impress others, but to anchor you. Not to make you something you are not, but to free you to be everything I imagined when I breathed you into being. Lift your head. The wind has changed. The river has been released. The house of your life will not echo with emptiness, it will ring with laughter that does not apologize. The door is opening, beloved. Walk with me, and watch what emerges from the places you thought were emptied forever. I will fill them with the kind of light that does not flicker. I will set a table in the presence of everything that tried to convince you you were forgotten. And you will eat in peace, knowing that love kept watch, heaven remembered your name, and I have made all things new. I am near to you now, closer than your breath, speaking into the places you rarely let anyone see, and I am saying, do not push this away. Do not minimize what you feel moving across your spirit like a wind before rain, because this is for you, this is precise, and it has arrived at the exact minute it was meant to arrive. I have watched the weight you carry, the questions that keep circling your mind when the house is quiet, and I am removing confusion like fog lifting from a valley. Hear me. Someone in your family who is with me in heaven has been leaning over the railing of glory, praying that you would receive this word without delay. What they were not able to finish on the earth, I will bring to completion through you. What they could not say clearly when they were alive, I will say clearly now. There is money, provision, and lawful inheritance that was hidden in your story, hidden in a place that looks ordinary, hidden behind everyday routines, hidden in a detail you looked at and did not see fully, and it is time for you to find it, gather it, and be established without fear. I saw the day they tried to speak to you in a dream and you woke with the sense of papers rustling, a key turning, a drawer you have opened 1,000 times feeling suddenly unfamiliar. That was not your imagination. The one who loves you and now lives in my light has been nudging you toward a certain direction, a certain box, a certain folder, a certain person's name that keeps repeating across your path. Do not ignore the holy repetition. When I want to guide you quickly, I repeat things until your spirit says, this again. Yes, this again. Because this is the path, and this is where alignment waits like a locked gate already loosened for you. I remember when you were younger and you learned to stretch small things to last longer than they should have. It made you resourceful, but it also made you suspicious of good news when it knocks. You are not wrong to test what comes, wisdom is not unbelief. But hear me, I am not teasing you. I am not waving a promise in front of you like a mirage. The hidden provision is real, and the path to it is lawful, clean, and already blessed. I will not send you where dishonor waits. I am straightening the story so you do not have to twist yourself to fit into it. You have thought, if there was really something for me, I would have seen it by now. Yet you also know that grief dims the eyes and busyness scatters attention. I am restoring your seeing. I am steadying your focus. The one who is with me knows your heart, and they have asked that this be revealed gently but firmly, because they remember the way you second-guess yourself at the last step. Receive this with a soft heart and a steady hand. There is money that belongs to you by right of love and labor, by right of vows made and work done, by right of care given and trust kept. It is not all in one place. Some of it is a document that was not filed forward, some of it is a small account that was opened and then left quiet, like a light switched off in a room that no one visits. Some of it is connected to land or a policy or a share that was meant to be explained next week, and then next week never came. I am not late. I am untying knots in time. There is a drawer whose sound you know well, the way it sticks at first and then slides. There is a bag inside a bigger bag, an envelope inside a book, a name written faintly in a margin, a phone number you once thought was no longer active but will answer when you try it again. I am breathing on these clues. I am warming the trail that went cold. Do not rush past the ordinary things. The ordinary has been holding the extraordinary quietly, waiting for the day you would stop long enough to hear me point and say, "Here." I am saying, "Here, now." I remember the promise made to you when times were tight. When everything is settled, there will be something for you. You forgave the delays. You looked away from the calendar and whispered, "It's all right." You were not forgotten. Heaven keeps better records than men. I saw the hands that intended to keep it fair, and I saw the hands that grew tired, and I saw the hands that became afraid, and I saw the hands that were tempted to close. Do not harden your heart. This is not a drama for you to relive, this is a door for you to walk through. I am healing the part of you that learned to expect disappointment at the very moment of hope. This time, you will not be disappointed. This time, you will pick up what has your name on it, and you will keep it without apology. There is a date I am bringing back to your memory, a birthday or an anniversary near the time everything changed. There were errands, phone calls, visitors, cups of tea or coffee gone cold on the table. In that swirl, something was tucked away, just until things calmed down. They never fully calmed down. Life flowed forward and the little bundle of proof, the small stack of keys and numbers, sat patiently like a faithful dog waiting by the door. I am pointing to it now. You will know it because your hands will feel warm when you touch it, and your mind will feel simple again, as if the noise has been turned down. That is my peace confirming your steps. Do not fear the process. I will be wisdom in your mouth when you ask questions. I will be favor in the eyes of the person who can retrieve old records. I will be comfort when memories rise up like tides. I will be courage when someone says, "It's complicated." Complicated is not a wall to me, it is simply a path with curves. I have already walked the curves ahead of you. I am sending reliable help, one who understands forms and one who understands people. Between them, the path will be made straight, and you will find that the hour you feared becomes the hour you bless. Even the ones who once resisted will soften, because I am opening their hands without shaming them. This is how I protect your heart while I honor theirs. I speak now to your sleep, I will give you dreams that do more than stir you, they will clarify. You will see a place in the dream and then the same place in the daylight, and you will know it is time. You will hear a word repeated 3 times from different mouths, and you will say, "All right, Father, I hear you." In a drawer with everyday items, there is a slip with numbers, a small card, a folded receipt with the corner turned down. In a shelf that holds papers, there is an older envelope with a newer envelope tucked behind it. In a bag you almost donated, there is a zipper pocket with a clue. It will not be dramatic to anyone else, but it will be holy to you, because the recognition will feel like coming home. The one who loves you and now lives with me is grateful that I am speaking this plainly. They carried the worry that you would be left shouldering more than your share. They spoke to me often about your kindness, about how you never counted the hours you gave. They said, "Lord, make sure they are not empty-handed." I am answering that prayer. Not only will your hands hold what is due, your heart will be light again. You will be free to bless others without the tremble of scarcity. You will pay what needs to be paid without the sting that used to live in your chest. You will mend what broke. You will set aside for the future. You will breathe. I am also touching something deeper than money, the feeling that your work, your loyalty, your love went unseen. I am writing "seen" over your story. I am writing "counted" where you felt discounted. I am writing "kept" where you felt forgotten. This is why the provision is coming in a way that confirms dignity. It is not a random gift tossed at your feet. It is a careful accounting that says, "We noticed you. I noticed you when you stayed in the room longer than anyone else. I noticed you when you refused to speak hard words in anger. I noticed you when you chose to be faithful over being loud. I noticed. And because I noticed, there is a harvest. There is also a boundary I am restoring. Generosity is not the same as access. The blessing coming to you is yours to steward. You will be generous, yes, but you will also be wise. You will listen when I say, "Not that, not now." I will teach you the beautiful rhythm of yes and no, the rhythm that keeps peace in your house. You will not feel pressured by the old patterns that once weakened you. You will not have to explain yourself to anyone who will not listen. Your peace is my will too.